everyone, I'm Astro Coach Amy. Welcome to my show, The Divine GPS Navigator. Today we'll be talking about the new moon in Pisces, which occurs March 17th at about 6:01 a.m. here Pacific Standard Time. This new moon has a big collection of planets in Pisces. It always has the sun and moon. It's got also Venus, Mercury, and it has the asteroid Chiron. So this is a little more sensitive. It's definitely an inspirational new moon. And with Chiron also there, the idea for this one is we may have some ahas. There may be a little moment of a little bit of discomfort, but because Chiron is a wounded healer, this is an opportunity for freedom. You might get to release some old emotional patterns or even some intuition we've repressed. So just tune in because this could be a wonderful time. And I do want to invite all of you to take advantage. Your dream world may be vivid. So a couple of days before, just tune in even in the morning or in the evening when you dream. And just you never know what may come up, but this is an inspirational time, and the dark of the moon is sometimes when we have the greatest insights. So stay open. Let's be open to some of that quiet time as well. Now there are two patterns of squares, a little bit of opportunity to integrate some energies. We have the Sun and the Moon are in a square to Mars. So the idea is, while we're being inspirational, maybe a little bit romantic or even sensitive and tuned in, Saturn is also reminding us to see if there's any limiting beliefs behind all that. Are there ways we might be a little fearful to take some actions? Are the things that we want to go for it, but we're not quite there. So this is a wonderful opportunity to remove those and integrate these energies so you can move forward. Have a wonderful new chapter. As well, we have another square, which is with both Venus and Mercury, and they're making a square to Saturn. So again, the idea is communicating your feelings, being able to be truthful about where you're at, also being able to share your values. If there's something you need to tune in one of your relationships, Saturn is just encouraging you to make sure, keep the balance. Put the oxygen mask on first so you don't just take care of others at the risk of yourself. So let's keep the balance. In this particular new moon, what's very special, kind of interesting, is we have a lot more mutable energy right now on the planet. So there is a little bit of energy towards taking action, which would be two cardinal planets, but there isn't much fixed structure like there was last month. So right now we're in a creative time. We're in a time of new resolution. Things may be looking different in a few weeks. So stay open, write things down, speak, what you have in your mind. So there's no lack of clarity. And then I'm sure there'll be a lot more joy and excitement actually. Because Pisces is all about, as we've said, it's about service, it's about contribution, creativity, inspiration. This is, this is our time to plant those wonderful seeds of intention. So let's really, again, I want to encourage you to celebrate your divine connection. You may feel more inspired. Get to a body of water by all means. I do think it can be just a really wonderful, could be a peaceful time too, with some wonderful music. Even some art around, a little bit of nature, I think would really be so helpful. Now, let's look at some famous people that really exemplify some of the different Pisces qualities like we've talked about. They definitely want to make a contribution. Many are very creative, but they are concerned also about the planet, helping each other. So we have, this month, we have the former President Grover Cleveland was a Pisces. There also is the famous environmentalist who came from Kenya, and she was very special. Wangari Maathai, who got not only a Nobel Prize, but also one of the Indira Gandhi Peace Prizes, who did a great deal for the Green Wall in Kenya. And in the creative side, we have Reese Witherspoon, who is, of course, a wonderful actress, writer, and producer. And we have a renowned actor and writer from Japan, Toshiro Mifune. I know he's one of my favorites with one of the martial arts movies. And in the world of music, we have many contributors, but I just selected the renowned Canadian singer, of course, Celine Dion, many years as been a wonderful singer, and also probably one of the most famous lyricists and writers is Stephen Sondheim, who has contributed over 50 years to all kinds of musical theater, won an Academy, he's won a Lifetime Tony Award, very, very special, very talented. So we certainly have some wonderful Pisces who have contributed to all of us here. And again, when we look at more about the Pisces qualities, these are people, especially in career, really devoted to service. Some of them even end up being spiritual leaders. As we mentioned, all kinds of artists, contributors in that way. Some are even fantastic healers. They've definitely given us that gift. One of the challenges Pisces face is because they are sensitive. Sometimes they don't feel like they're quite in this world, and they may tend towards some drugs and alcohol or select a partner that they want to save and take care of. So it is important with Pisces to practice that really emotional intelligence, that they can tell the truth and communicate, because sometimes making a commitment is difficult because they really are afraid to speak their mind. So once they can do that, they are just, very loving, compassionate people who have a great deal to contribute. We appreciate them so very much. So again, as I've mentioned, in romance with Pisces, certainly for them it's more about the romance and the relationship, but yet there are people who do really want to serve and contribute and really help their partners in every way. So again, I think it's wonderful for all of us to learn to really embrace our sensitivity, to really use our intuition and compassion. For most of us, that's really where things can expand. And that's, I think, what the Pisces can teach us. We're so grateful to them for that. In addition, soon after the new moon, which is the 17th, we do have the spring equinox. And of course, that's one of the 2 days of the year when the day and the night is almost equal, because the sun is shining on the equator. So here in the northern hemisphere, of course, we're celebrating the spring equinox. And in the southern hemisphere, of course, they're celebrating the autumn or the fall equinox. And there are many different celebrations. Some people, they drum, they sing. But certainly, again, it's an inspiring time where the days are getting a little bit longer, the nights are a little shorter. And again, the idea of fertility, as we know with our full moon, we'll be looking, with Passover and Easter and all of the rites of spring will be happening in just a couple of weeks. And actually, this month is special in March because, of course, we have another blue moon. We have 2 full moons in the month of March. So not only do we have the equinox, but in addition, late in March 23rd, we will also have a Mercury retrograde. So again, the universe is in a hurry. I'm going to be doing a show well in advance so you can prepare yourself. And again, let's learn to use these energies, because as we do, some tremendous things may open that we just hadn't realized before. I'm so glad you joined me. I am Astro Coach Amy. This is the Divine GPS Navigator.